They don't get much prettier than that, I don't think.
Last week we caught multiple coyotes, so this week we thought we'd share with you how we prepare a coyote pelt. I don't want to catch any alligators, I don't like those things. In addition, we took some time to help some additional landowners with their deer management program. Yep, I'm all about that.
We made it 3 times bigger than it was, the food plot.
Yeah, well, we're getting ready to make about 10 more that big.
Cool.
There's a buck right there. See the buck on the right?
Yeah.
He's coming on the right.
He just joined in with him,
Yeah,
huh?
he's over here in the short grass.
Growing Deer TV is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops, also by Reconics, Trophy Rock, Eagle Seed, Nikon, Winchester, Scentmaster, Dead Downwind, Antler Dirt, Lacrosse Footwear, Whitetail Properties, Bloodsport Arrows, Outdoor Edge Knife, Flatwood Natives, Caldwell, Prime Bows, G5 Broadheads, and Redneck Hunting Blind.
We had a really successful trapping season, and we received a lot of questions of what we do with the pelts after the trap line. A lot of trappers simply sell their green pelts or raw pelts on the fur market, and that's a great use of those pelts. We tend to prepare our pelts all the way out to a tanned hide and give them away as gifts. It's a unique gift in this society. So Adam and Daniel took our cameras over to my good friend Pete Dickinson, and he's an expert at preparing coyote pelts.
We've got to start here at the foot, go down the back of this leg to the tail, and then we'll split up the belly and out both these front legs. You'll have to, split through this pad because this bone right here is smaller than the foot. It's hard to get out, but I mean, with being flat skin, we can pull that all out of there. So.
Okay.
This is not going to be a mounted animal, so that's a different type of skin. I skin it different.
Okay.
We're going to flat skin this.
We always flat skin our pelts because we use them for decoration, basically. Basically, we've split both the hind legs all the way down to the hind end.
Yes.
Basically, right at the base of the tail.
Mm-hmm. We're going to go with this blade, the gut hook, on these edge knives. And try to work through there. Didn't split it far enough. And by using the gut hook just like you would on a deer or whatever, see, we didn't get into the gut entrails part of it. What I like to do while I'm right here is kind of start skinning this out.
So once he's split both back legs, he's removed the anus, he's split right up the center of the coyote all the way up to the middle of the neck, and he's split both front legs. Now he's working on peeling that hide back and trying to completely skin the coyote.
And what we're going to attempt to do is get one leg out to hang it up.
Okay.
And then we'll be able to skin.
Unlike caping a deer, one of the most troublesome areas of removing a pelt on a predator is around the paws.
You just keep turning that, you keep right on coming down them toes.
So you're just pulling and cutting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're going to go plumb down, and when we get done, the only thing that'll be left on there is that joint that's where the toenails are. I can with this. Yeah, I can. Just pop. See, I just unjointed that right there.
Gotcha.
Just like that. Now, these two center toes, you've got to split just a little bit down in here. And then there's the toe, just the toenails are left. dew claw, which is a claw way up high here.
Yep.
You can't get it cut loose. That's the way you do it, right there.
On the other hand, very similar to a deer, Pete goes really slow over the head area because it's easy to mess up a cape around the eyes, the nose, or the mouth.
You see that big blood vein right there?
Yeah.
That one right there?
Yeah.
You gotta be really careful, boy. If you clip them, it can be bad real quick. Okay, now we're getting down to the ear butt. You have the ear butt right there?
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna cut that off right into that.
Where's that at? Okay.
Right there?
Cutting right up next to the skull.
Yeah,
Yep.
see right there? Right there, we're getting real close to the eyeballs. Now we're getting ready to go into the lip area.
How'd you deal with the eyes?
I just stay real. You just stay real close to that bone,
Okay.
and that'll let you come right down beside it. And on this lip area, you just stay real close to the teeth. There it is.
Most trappers stop here when the fur is removed. They simply roll it up and or freeze it and then take it to the local fur buyer for the worldwide fur market. However, we're going to go a step further and prepare this pelt for the tannery.
What we're trying to do is get most of this meaty part off of it. The salt will go ahead and cure it if it's not too awful thick. So you don't have to be, and if you're just going to hang it up, it don't have to be too precise here. If it's going into the fur market, you wouldn't even have to do this. You could sell it to the fur buyer kind of as a green deal, and he could do what he needs to do to it.
So when you sell a hide green, basically it means it hadn't been fleshed.
It hasn't been fleshed.
It's basically just been removed from the...
Mm-hmm.
A big part of the process of preparing the pelt for the tannery is removing all the flesh, the muscle, the fat on the underside of the fur. Without removing that, the pelt won't tan properly and it may rot while it's waiting to be shipped to the tannery.
So what Pete's doing here is called fleshing, or removing any of the excess meat and fat off the back side of the hide. Then he's going to cover the entire hide with salt, so anything that's left, any meat or fat that's left on it's going to be cured, and it's basically drying out the pelt and getting it ready for the tannery.
Once the pelt has been stretched and salted really well and you can tell it's dry, Pete simply rolls it up, we store them, wait till we get them all ready, and then ship them to the tannery. When you ship your hides to the tannery, you need to specify garment quality or taxidermy quality. Both of them will be preserved, but taxidermy quality will be a lot stiffer. It's just pliable enough to really stretch over the mount one time. Garment tanned will be very flexible and pliable, tanned very well so it can be used in garments and last a lifetime. It's a time of year when Adam and I help a lot of different landowners with projects, and this time we headed out to eastern Kansas. Danny and TJ from Redneck Blinds, along with Troy from Swamp People, had a great day touring Troy's property in eastern Kansas. They don't trust me with cameras.
We never go in the center here, I swear to God. I've never walked to that pond.
We might violate it today.
It'll be the first time I walk in there today with you, and that's gonna be 2 years next month that I own this property. You see, we got a lot of cover, Don, which I think is good, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah, you're the bedroom. That's why the deer here in the daytime.
I think I'm the bedroom, that's right.
So I was pleasantly surprised when we got to the farm and found that there was a great deal of quality cover on his property. Now Troy's from South Louisiana and stuff grows big and tall and rapid, but in the Midwest, oftentimes deer find great cover in native grasses that are literally a foot or two tall. Deer really enjoy cover where they can lay down and barely see over the top to detect predators coming. And that's exactly what was on a lot of Troy's farm with the native prairie grasses that were still there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that.
See, they're all down in that short grass.
There's a buck right there. See the buck on the right? There's one on the right.
He just joined in with him, huh?
He's over here in the short grass.
Boy, that is awesome, man. You pumped up or what?
Oh, I love it, man.
God.
If we would burn that, we'd get a lot of regeneration of the big blue, and it would outcompete the smaller blue and some of the other cool season grasses that's just come in there over time.
Okay.
But that is perfect bedding cover because a deer is 100% comfortable if they're down and they're covered and they can see about right here.
Yeah.
That way they can see predators coming, see what's going on. They don't necessarily want to be where they
Right,
can't see at
over
all.
their head.
Yeah. And so, another thing about this that makes it perfect, there's thicker spots and thinner spots out there. And when it's cold, they're gonna be a little thinner so the sun can get to them and the radiant heat can warm it up.
Yeah.
And when it's thicker, or when it's hotter, they want to get in the shade.
Yeah.
I'm liking this.
Okay.
I'm liking it. There's some other things about your property I want to change, but I like
Okay,
this.
all right. That's why we got you here. You're supposed to be the professional.
It'd be,
You're the deer man. I'm the alligator man.
and this is an easy place to burn the way it's laid out. I think that's a bachelor group. I think they're all bucks right there.
All bucks.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, that's all bucks.
Can you zoom in?
Some of them already shed.
Some of them
but-
already shed.
Yeah.
A lot of cover, and we got a lot of open land.
Yeah, you're gonna be fine.
And I
You gotta love it. You're gonna.
just want to maximize it.
You gotta love it. What we did find was a shortage of quality food on a year-round basis. Troy had some great food plots back in the fall based on our conversations, but when we got there, the number of the deer in the area had reduced that food basically down to dirt level.
The turnips died. The cold weather killed the
Yeah,
turnips.
they got the snot ate out of them. We need more food.
Okay, I'm all for it.
We need more food. About that.
There's Nickley right there.
Huh? I never seen that. Look at here. Look, they're already eating on it. That's it this year or the last year?
No, that's this year.
That's probably this year's.
That's why we can't find them, dude. Look, they already got it halfway eaten.
Well, we better find them today then.
Now I gotta look for antlers. Now
Gotta get you all psyched up.
that we found one,
Are you gonna let us burn?
look at here. Oh, I want y'all to burn.
Because we're gonna burn this year if you're gonna let us
I
burn.
want you to burn. If you said we need to burn, I want you to burn.
We need to mow that.
I think, Doc, now you're the professional. I'm just the old swamp man. But in the morning, you're going to catch them. If you got a west wind, you're going to catch them in the morning coming from the corn and the beans. Then in the evening, you're going to catch them going with a redneck. You know somebody we could get a redneck from?
I actually prefer setups like this more than the food plots for mature deer, because mature deer are 100% comfortable here. And because you can approach this way and never alert them, you see all kind of daylight movement here. I mean, I would rather, if you said, Grant, you can hunt one stand on the property, from what we've seen so far, I would hunt right here because you can cover so many acres.
Yeah.
But the deer are not alerted here. They're perfectly comfortable. Where a food
There's
plot,
no
they kind
pressure.
of get a little bit
Yeah.
edgy coming out in the open.
Yeah.
The food plots are great for destinations. We're going to use them to make them go where we want them to, but we want to cut them off getting there. Troy's property is a little bit rectangular shaped, and he has great relationships with the neighboring landowners. So he can literally come to his property through the neighbors if he needs to, approach from any direction based on the wind direction that day, get in a redneck blind right at the edge of the property, and look over cover and or food at the same time.
Check that out. Hey, take a picture on your phone and send it to Jacob.
Pretty young still, because they don't have much basal circumference. The bases get bigger with age.
Okay,
Bases get big. The rest of this you can't count on.
you can't tell.
But the base gets bigger with
Is
age.
that this year?
Yeah, oh yeah,
that's
this
that's
year.
this year. This is
Also,
that's
he's
fresh.
also ready.
this has got the genetics to
Yeah.
make a
Oh,
180
yeah.
inch deer
Oh, yeah.
when it's
Yeah.
5 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah.
that's this year for sure.
I
Okay.
guarantee that's fresh. Look at it, still got moisture right there. Yeah, that's.
Okay.
Hey, the other antlers around here somewhere. Y'all go on that way. I'll be over here.
The other one you think?
We spent the day walking the entire property and I got a really good feel for it. Adam and I are creating maps and designing a plan to move some of the redneck blinds from where they are now towards the outside edge of the property. We're adding several food plots and enlarging some others, so no matter what the wind direction is, Troy and his sons, who prefer gun hunting, can get there, barely enter the property, have a great view, and hunt undisturbed deer.
Even though it's super cold out today, Grant and I are getting fired up for turkey season.
Here's a great opportunity. Register to win the sweepstakes at redneckblinds.com and GrowingDeer.tv to double your chances for an all-expense paid trip to come hunt with Adam and I at the famous Redneck Farms. Lots of turkeys. We'll be calling and filming, putting you right in front of a big old Missouri gobbler. Contest closes March 31st, but we're going to announce the winner April 1st.
We look forward to hunting with you.
The off-season's a great time to get outside and evaluate your hunting property. Do you need more food, cover, and water, especially during this stress period? Do you need to move some blinds or stands? It's a great opportunity to get outside and enjoy creation. But it's more important to take some time every day, find a quiet place, and listen to what the Creator is saying to you. Thanks for watching GrowingDeer.tv.
This is what you look for?
This is what I want to grow on my place.
Yeah.
No, Joe?
Yeah.
Look at the tree. Look at the tree.
Yeah, we've been driving on food. We're going to get a flat tire on the shed here pretty soon.
You think? Well, that'd be good, huh? I don't remember. I'm not sure. They're cutting the